Hello everyone, welcome to the Star Wars Vault. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to see new Star Wars videos every week.
Hello my friends, the weekend has come and passed, and with that, a full weekend to process the Obi Wan Kenobi series as a whole. We have gone through quite a bit in the last 4 weeks or so, as we have gotten a bunch of new content through 6 parts in this series, and I'm here to give you my thoughts as a whole. I've been able to watch all episodes again since my 1 through 6 reviews, so freshly off of the Obi-Wan series, I am a very satisfied Star Wars fan. This is saying a lot because I've not always been pleased with Disney Star Wars. However, there's a lot of content they've made before this series that I do really appreciate and enjoy. If liking any of Disney Star Wars makes me a shill, then, oh well. Anyone is free to have their opinion of me or any YouTuber or fan. We all are different and like different things. I mean, heck, I'm very much a Disney fan all my life as well, from the animated movies to the theme parks to the original Disney Channel. Shout out to the people who remember those years. But anyways, back to Kenobi. When I look at the whole story front to back, a lot of things complement each other, or at the very least tell a linear story from part 1 to part 6. I'll start with Reva's character and role. So, do I like her? Do I think her, character has any qualities to bringing big contributions to the show? Do I think, the show could have gone without her? I think I'd say yes to all these questions about her. Listen, do I think she's the most magnificent character? Did she make my jaw drop with, how amazing her character was written? No, I don't think so. She's okay, she's fine. Yes, she didn't really have to be in the storyline or series at all. They very well could have written this without her story because, this time period was in existence for many years and there were a lot of ways that they could have portrayed this. I will say, though, that her being a youngling who survived Order 66 was actually a brilliant concept in my mind. Her arc of wanting to get revenge on Darth Vader for what he did to her and her friends at the Jedi Temple is an interesting background and motive. I still don't know exactly how she connected the dots that Anakin was Vader, but maybe she felt the same presence, or, she heard a clone trooper call him Lord Vader at the temple when she knew him as Anakin. Either way, I felt it wasn't perfectly presented on how she connected the two identities, even with the flashback scenes. She does live after surviving a loss to Vader, and she chooses to not kill Luke, which makes many believe we will see her in future shows. And that's all fine with me. I'm interested to see if she, faces Vader again. But I do want to elaborate on what I said in my finale review of this show. I said Reva's ending in this show was underwhelming for me. That doesn't mean it's bad, but overall, it didn't move much for me, I do get the character arc, but it seems a little rushed and wasn't allowed to really play out. At least as much as Lucasfilm intended in this project. And that's okay because, it's Obi-Wan's show, we are all focused on him, so sometimes her scenes kind of slow down the intensity or the feeling of everything. And I can totally understand why some people really don't like her character. But there are some who absolutely love her, and, that's great. I think there's more in store for Reva, and when that comes, I can possibly have a stronger opinion about the character. Congrats to Moses Ingram for starring in your first Star Wars project. You did a fine job. Now, we can talk about Luke, Leia, and each of their adoptive parents. It was awesome to see young Leia as a big part of this show. The casting was spot on, well done Vivian Blair, and it was cool to see Jimmy Smits reprise the Bail Organa role again, having scenes with Obi-Wan, also being a great father figure for Leia. Having the same casting from the prequels for Owen and Beru just makes the show feel that much more authentic. Seeing how Owen cares so much for Luke, he's trying to protect him even from Obi-Wan, is a cool thing. In part 1, he pretty much blames Obi-Wan for Anakin's death, who's his stepbrother. Although we don't get much out of young Luke in this show, the casting is good, and I don't think this is the last we will see of Luke growing up before the events of A New Hope. 3 characters in this show I'd almost put in the same class, although one of them is dead, that being Tala, the other 2 Haja Estri and Roken. Tala was a nice mid-plot fit along with her non-communicative loader droid. They helped Leia and Obi-Wan get off Mapuzo and ultimately to Jabim for their transport. She also was a secret helper in aiding Force-sensitive beings along with Jedi in the form of the Path. I think that's the most impactful part of her story and what it adds to future Star Wars shows on Disney+. Speaking of just that, myself, along with many fans, believe that Roken and Haja will probably be in new shows around this timeline. I mean, hell, it could even be very soon when Endor comes out in August. These two, especially Roken, seem like they will play a role in the early beginnings of what's to eventually become the Rebellion. This show was exciting to see, all the new planets and, cinematic shots. But listen, I'm not saying it was all amazing or dazzling, if you will. And you gotta remember that not everyone liked how the CGI looked in the prequels. But that doesn't matter nearly as much when you're focused on the story being told. And of course, that's the highlight of the show. Vader and Obi-Wan, the shattered remnants of Anakin Skywalker. Seeing all the flashbacks with Hayden Christensen and that mini cameo of him in Part 3, I mean, that's what we all came to see. Also, him with the makeup on playing Vader and seeing him with the slashed helmet in Part 6 was incredible. I know, you may think they ripped off Rebels when he fights Ahsoka, but this time it's with Obi-Wan who reveals the left eye, while Ahsoka reveals the right eye, and how poetic it is for Luke, his son, to be the one who finally takes off the helmet completely. It was done on purpose, and for me at least, that was an enjoyable moment. Us getting to see just how powerful Vader truly is was also a big win for this series. I mean, he did Reva super dirty in their fight, and he also messed up Obi-Wan so bad in Part 3. So many things in this show with Vader and Obi-Wan that I feel I need to make singular videos on all summer, so be tuned for those to come out. I really was blown away by both Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, and I do say that with a heavy bias and childhood love. I am so grateful for their return, but guess what? Not only their returns, but the returns of two other legends in Star Wars, that being Ian McDiarmid and Liam Neeson. I was caught off guard by both, but definitely Palpatine. I didn't expect him really to be in this show. Qui-Gon, I was definitely waiting since the first episode, but to get him right at the very end as a Force Ghost was something I've longed for since stepping out of Revenge of the Sith at the theaters. It truly was special, and I'm only hoping we get more of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. Maybe in a season 2 perhaps, maybe it's in the works and we just don't know it yet. I don't know, but, we'll see. Out of 10, I think I'm going to give this Obi-Wan series an 8.5 out of 10. This is the score of a die-hard prequels fan, so, keep that in mind. If I wasn't a sucker for the nostalgia, or, wasn't biased, it probably would be more like 7 out of 10. But that familiarity holds a ton of weight for how I feel about this show, and I can't help the fact that this show has some of my all-time favorite Star Wars moments. That includes the TV shows, comics, video games, and even episodic films. I can only hope to get more exciting and emotional moments from Star Wars. If anything, hey, keep bringing Hayden back. The fans are crazy for him right now in 2022, and it's just awesome to see. And now guys, it's time for you to tell me what you think. I want to know what you guys feel about Obi Wan Kenobi as a whole, and I want to see your ratings. What would you rate the show? Out of 10, are you at a 4, or maybe you're closer to the 9-10 range? What were your favorite moments of the show? What do you think of Reva? Be sure to post your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and smash that like button to support the channel. You can follow my social media. The links are posted in the description below. That's all for today, my friends. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I'll see you in the next video very soon, so until then, may the Force be with you.